Afternoon, this is Mike Palmer from Mike Palmer Homes. Making another video for our log here of a house we just completed. Once again, we're putting on the finishing touches, but we're settling tomorrow, so we want to get this video before the customer gets their belongings in there. Anyway, this is what I call a throwback version of the Jordan. It's still a great house. It's just some of the recent things that we've done to it, made it larger and expanded it. This homeowner chose not to do. Anyway, it's an all brick front with vinyl sides because that's what's appropriate for this neighborhood. Now this lot, it looks good now, but it was not without its challenges because notice it's sloped up in the back. This here was a frog pond with cattails because it was when they first developed it, that was a silt retention pond. So we had to cut all that out. We had to compact all this and make sure it was done right. To make sure that everything can support the driveway, and we don't want any sinkage later. Anyway, the front has coin corners. Those are those squares on the edges. I like those little returns there, and I always like freeze boards on the front, which is that little decorative board underneath the soffit. I don't know if it's hard to see, but if you look around, a lot of homes skip that, and to me it just looks like something's missing sometimes. We put keystones. We did a raised panel shutter. Again, our signature number block that has been discontinued, but this lucky homeowner got one of the last ones, so we're still working on a new replacement for that. Now, because this lot was higher in the back, our steps got a little higher than we would have liked, but we still brought in fill, and we did the best we could, but we had to put a railing there. If it's only 2 steps, you don't need a railing, but it is an attractive rail. That's a powder-coated aluminum rail. We like those. They are kind of proud of them price-wise, but they're not going to rust like sometimes happens to wrought iron. They're not going to need paint like wood. So it's a nice detail, and it doesn't really stand out. And that's what it's supposed to do, is just be very subtle. Brick steps on these columns. There's dual columns here. We just did a traditional base and post column. We wrapped it. The product is called MirrorTech. It is composite, made to look like wood. It's paintable, but it won't rot or chip. It's much longer lifespan than wood, and you do have to paint it, but the paint stays a lot longer. We also put that on the header up there. Whenever we can, we like to wrap that in MirrorTech. It's a little more expensive than vinyl, but it makes for a much nicer look. This is just a brick column pedestal we did. You have a look that's consistent with the house. We've got a raised panel door, fiberglass door with transom and side lights, and so a signature 90 pine tongue and groove ceiling. And we did some hanging light fixtures here on the front porch. And I like the front porch on here because you actually have enough room here. Put some rocking chairs or a bistro table. Okay, let's go in the front door and take a look. Now we're still working on the hardwood floors in here. You can't see it, but somebody was kind enough to walk on a wet hardwood floor in a final coat, so we have to put another coat on Friday to hide the footprints. But anyway, even with the footprints, it's a gorgeous floor. It's brand new. We like to put the final coat at the very end so it stays pristine for the customer. When you walk into the house, to the right, this is traditionally a dining room, but we put these large doors here. Put large glass doors. Let me show you. French doors, so you can leave them either open or closed. You can leave them open for a dining room. Open for a dining room and closed. If you want to close them, you can make a nice office in here. And you have that door too. If you want to be in the office and get some peace and quiet, you can close the doors, or you can leave it open and make it a dining room. And we have tray ceiling, decorative tray ceiling up above. We've got 10-foot ceilings. We walk in. Over to the left and right here, these are the second and third bedrooms. Bedroom, we put a 42-ounce carpet in. These door styles, that's called Cheyenne with a brushed nickel oval-shaped knobs, which is pretty standard. Let's see. This room has a cathedral ceiling, and we traditionally try to wire all the bedrooms for a ceiling fan and light kit. You don't have to have it if you just want to have a flush mount fixture, but we like to have it there because most people will find wanting the ceiling fan. Once again, the closet, these 2 doors, this is called a ball catch door. The thing I like about it is a real door with 3 hinges. I don't like the bifold doors because they end up broken half the time before we're done the house. This is a hall bathroom. So if you had kids, it would be the bathroom they share. It's got Comfort height, elongated bowl, tub shower, granite sinks. That style of faucet we call Delta Linden. It's probably our most popular one. We try to price all of them that way. Glass mirror, and it has a linen closet in the bathroom. Like linen closets in the bathroom because that's where you actually use. That's actually where you get wet and you need towels. You come through the foyer, you come to the great room, the vaulted ceiling, and we got a ceiling fan with 4 can lights. This customer chose not to have the fireplace. Wasn't something they wanted, but oftentimes we put the fireplace here, how we used to do it, and when we also started putting it here. The drawback to having it here is it protrudes out into your screen porch. Over here is nice because you get a focal point, but you lose that double window, so it depends on your preference. We have done it where we put a fireplace there and put a single window on each side, but then you don't have any wall space, so it's just kind of going to be the preference of the customer, whatever you like, we'll do. There's a door to the screen porch. Now, screened-in porch. Again, a knotty pine wood ceiling. This is a great space out here, nice and big. We like a big open screen porch so you have room for furniture and to get out the door. And they opted to add a patio. They're not very expensive, and it's really nice if you want to sunbathe or put your grill or whatever you want to do out there. And when they are low to the ground like this, our philosophy is to have a wood deck that's right down close to the dirt and the mud. You can get standing water under there, and so we did a poured concrete floor. It's much less maintenance, and it stays cooler, and you don't have bugs coming up through it. It's a lot nicer. You look in the back. That's where our septic lines had to run. Like I said, it was kind of a tricky lot, but my grading guys did a great job with it. So it's going to be a real nice yard. And we built him an outbuilding to match the house, and we'll be showing you that in a minute. Kitchen. Well, this is your dining area here, and it has the Mike Palmer Homes window seat. We've got it covered in plastic because it's brand new, but this is kind of the focal point. Up inside, put a light up there, so when you sit in here, it's kind of like its own little space, so you can get away. And we have electrical outlet down in the baseboard, so you can plug in your iPad or laptop. We've been getting some really good feedback from people. Now, if you notice in my other videos, we've got one coming out where we did an island kitchen and redid it, but with this kitchen, we normally did a raised bar, where you have a 2-level bar, but that's almost becoming, I don't know if it's dated, but it's not as popular as it used to be. So this one we did 1-level bar, and it does make it feel a lot more open, a lot larger. And I'm still kind of a traditionalist. I like the 2-level bar, but everybody disagrees with me on it. And this is really growing on me because I really like the way it has come out here. Now, for the backsplash, traditionally we like to include a tile backsplash and have under cabinet lights in our homes. I really like this backsplash. It's kind of a clean look, clean line subway tile. A lot going on, but if you look close, it's almost got like little cracks in it. We call that crackle, and it really comes out with a nice effect. The gray colors are in, and I like this as a gray grout, which I really like the feel in here. So cabinets above the fridge, we like to go with the high lows to give it a little more interest. You know, you can really kind of give it a little more zeal without breaking the bank, because there's no limit to what you can spend on the kitchen. This is a cool faucet. You've got your handle on the side. This comes out as a sprayer. There's mixed reviews on the single bowl sink. I happen to like it. Some people like the split bowl, but we can do whatever you like. And this pantry, this corner pantry here, I turn the light on. They are always deceptively large. You can put a lot of belongings and appliances in here. Now let's move on to the master bedroom suite. Oh, first we'll stop at the laundry room. Laundry room. I like the hardwood floor because it's monochromatic, meaning it's one color. You don't break your line of sight. That can make the floor look busy. Some people prefer tile or vinyl in there. We're happy to put in whatever customer requests. This is our utility sink. My opinion is this is pretty important in the house because you always have something you want to wash out or mop, whatever. And here is for the washer dryer. We built a little cubby in there. so that your dryer hose has a place to go, and your washer port. I like this big long super slide shelf, so you can hang lots of clothes up there as you're taking them out of the washer. Now with the master bedroom, we've done this two ways. This house has one window seat. Sometimes we put another window seat out there off the master bedroom. Sometimes we put windows here behind the bedside table, sometimes not, but they let in a lot of natural light, and this is kind of a wooded setting where you have a lot of privacy, so it's nice to let the natural light in. Master closet. We like to do a lot of this high-low. We actually work with a company that gives you a preliminary design, and you can kind of pick this, but you got highs and lows, high-low shelves, so you can fit a lot in a relatively small space. You can go to the painted wood shelves. There is a price tag with that. It does cost something, but some people like the wire, some don't. My personal opinion is I close the closet door. I don't entertain in there, but everybody, and it also depends on what neighborhood you're in for what's appropriate. This bathroom door, this is a feature that I love. I actually did it, first time I did it was on my own house because we had a mismatched door and I didn't want to wait on the door. A friend said, why don't you put that double door in there? Okay, I put it in for the master bath because a lot of times you leave it open. What I really like is these doors are not real big, so when they swing, they don't shut down the whole wall. You still have room. It's not a huge swing. And you don't have a door swinging into your master bath. So, they close nicely when you do need the door closed, but, so often in the master, you end up leaving it open a lot. And that way you don't interfere with your light switches, and you can walk in, you can get it all your light switches. This is the way I love doing the tub. You don't get into a real expensive tub, it's plenty attractive, but all this tile and the shower is the show, so you don't need to, a skirted tub to me is just fine, and they're just much easier to deal with and clean, etc. When you have the tile decks there, you gotta have a lot more grout to deal with. The shower, we have a semi-frameless door with stainless accessories. This tile, again, I like this. It's almost got a wood grain to it, but they are larger, kind of clean line tiles. They're not too busy, but they do have a real attractive pattern to them. And then I like the vertical pattern in the shower. I've been seeing more and more of these. And we have mosaic on the floor and a shower niche to put all your belongings. I like to go with granite on the top here and granite on the threshold. You can do tile, but since we're doing granite here, I really think it's hard to see them all together on this, but it really kind of pulls all the colors of the bathroom together. Then we have a large mirror here. Some people want to do the hanging one, seem to be more in fashion. I'm still a little throwback. I like these great big mirrors. It makes the room feel bigger. But we can do whatever you like. Of course, there's a commode room. Again, comfort height, elongated bowl. I always like to put a little window in there and a fan light. Fan light, obviously. And this bathroom has a linen closet. Once again, the linens are where you're showering. So you don't have to present for them. And this one has a knee space. I'm partial to the knee space. Some people don't want that. They want a set of drawers. It's one of those things where people are one way or the other. Very rarely are they in between. But that all comes in your kitchen design package, so you have the freedom to pick whatever you want. You've got another closet here. I guess it's going to be a coat closet, vacuum closet. We've got a fair amount of closet space in this house. On the stairs, I always like to go with an oak rail. I think it looks a whole lot better than a painted bare wood one. These stairs are not out front and center. They're just bonus room stairs, so we went with carpet grade. If the stairs are visible from the main house, we usually go with a stained oak, but this is, it's a lot of expense just for a bonus room. Now this bonus room, there's a lot of my other videos. We put a dormer out there with a triple window. I'm partial to that way because it lets some more natural light in and gives you more flat ceiling. But some customers, they're not going to use the room that much, so they didn't care to bother with it. So once again, that's their choice. Of course, they've got boxes of mini blinds to put up, ready to go in. What's great about this bonus room is it's big. Number one, we played with the framing to get a bigger flat surface up there, so you have a more open room. But you've got this great closet here, double closet door, And let's see if we can get a light to turn on here. This closet is very large. And you can put a single shelf, you can put an organizer system, but you can put a lot of boxes in here. So this bonus room can be a great flex space. And we do this floor plan both with a full bath and a half bath. But these customers just realized they're not going to be using it all that much. So we just went ahead and did the half bath. I like to go with a cabinet up here rather than a pedestal. And once again, we do granite and Delta Linden. And we got different handles with that line of faucets. This is a nice feature here. That's access to your attic. I don't like a little short attic access where I bump my head. I like a full-size door, and it's kind of an obscure back bathroom, so it's really not a visual detriment to the house. This is a storage room when we frame that in. So you have a lot of storage space. You can get those Tupperware boxes and pack all your Christmas whatever. You can even expand further into the attic, but you know, this is something that the customers really like, and that's a great place for us to put the leftover tile and extra pieces in case the customer has to make a repair down the road. Okay, that's upstairs, downstairs, and last but not least, we got to show you the garage. I'm back to our laundry room. It's access to the garage. Now this one we had to put a landing and stairs. Something I work hard to avoid, but because of the slope of this lot, we had to put in one extra stair, so we had railings. But still you get some storage underneath, so it's not really, it's just one extra stair. It's not a lot. That's something we fret over because we don't want you carrying your groceries up and down stairs. Don't get two fluorescent lights. We always like to put some extra outlets in the garage because nobody wants just one. Nice to have a few extra, at least one on each wall. And this customer has put up a great big mirror. Makes the garage feel bigger, but they're going to basically be using this mostly as a gym. So this is the fitness club. So again, there's our landing. Our builds them Randy Hilburn from Hilburn Custom Homes. Does a great job for us with our decks and screen porches. Really appreciate his work. I feel like we're lucky to have him. The driveway out here. We give you the option of going as wide as you want to on your driveway. No matter how much you pour, though, it's never enough. But we like a nice tail over there so you can turn around, so when you back out of your garage, you have a comfortable way to leave. Because nobody wants to back all the way down the driveway. What we also built on this house for this customer was an outbuilding. A small garage out back. Now the garage door is open. We're still putting we still got to put a few pieces of weather strip on there, but it's a great getaway. Workshop, lawnmowers, what have you. Little concrete landing out here. Now, the thing I love about our concrete contractor is see how this little lip, how that's recessed down. That's where your door sits, and that's if you get water in, it can't get into your garage. It's just one more step to keep the water out. That's a detail that not many concrete contractors do. A block foundation, stud wall. We put a transom window up there for natural light and get natural light, but people can't really come up to the window and take a look-see, so it's good for security. And we put an access in up there for for a ladder, bringing belongings up. It has its own circuit panel here and its own garage door opener, so it can be opened remotely. But in the front, if you notice, we did the returns and the coin corners on the brick so that it looks, it's in keeping with the front of the home. So it ends up being a great looking garage. And we get the gutters on the back. And we do a little landscaping out front. And it'll just be an adorable little reserve garage. Anyway, there's our HVAC air conditioning unit. We put some plants there to screen it. Crawl space door. Put a nice coat of paint on there. And take one more look at the back. If you have enjoyed this video or found some value to it, we would appreciate it if you hit the like button, or if you're on our Facebook page, hit the like button. We'd appreciate that. If you have any questions, you can either send us an email or contact us at the numbers below. Once again, thank you for visiting our site and watching our video. And